Let's test your English. In today's video, I'm going to show you 5 photos. And in each of these photos, I want you to describe what's happening. What's going on? What do you see? What nouns can you identify? What verbs can you identify? Because if you could describe what's happening in these 5 photos, your English is pretty good. My name is Michael Anton. I'm the founder of English at the Ready, and it's my goal to make you fluent in English this year. So if you're interested in improving your English, make sure to subscribe below. Now let's get into the test and start with the first photo. I'm going to put it on the screen here. What's happening in this photo? I want you to pause the video and see how many words you can identify. Try to describe this in English. Okay, first of all, where are we? We're obviously in a kitchen. We have a pan filled with some sort of food, and the food is on fire. It is flaming. The word flaming means on fire. When something is flaming, it's on fire. The man and the woman both seem shocked. They seem afraid, possibly. And it appears the man is holding some sort of rag. A rag is an old towel. Now, why might the man be holding a rag? Well, probably because he wants to extinguish the fire. He wants to put out the fire. If you extinguish the fire or you put out the fire, you get rid of it. You stop it. It could also be that he was using it to clean, or he was using it to do something else in the kitchen. So we have a kitchen fire, and we have a couple who seem to be very shocked and afraid. In the photo, we can also see a cutting board with vegetables. A cutting board is the wooden board. It could also be plastic or glass where you chop vegetables. The whole scene takes place in a kitchen, and the cutting board, the bottle of olive oil, and the stove top, that's what it's called, the stove top. It's on top of the stove normally, and it's where you might fry something. If you put something on the burner, you fry it, and you're able to cook it that way. These objects are on what we call the countertop. The countertop is the top of the counter in the kitchen. All right, moving on to the second photo. Pause the video, look at the photo, and tell me what's happening. First of all, we have a man and a woman. It looks like there is a car. The car is steaming, and it also appears that the hood of the car is open. The hood of the car is at the front of the car, and you can open it up, and normally the engine is located there. It must have overheated, and possibly there could have been a fire. The car is pulled over on the side of the road, and the woman looks angry or frustrated with the man, and the man looks frantic. He's panicking. Frantic means panicking. If you're frantic, you're panicking, something bad happened, and you're trying to figure out what to do. All right, let's move on to photo number 3. I'll pause the video here so you can have a chance at identifying what's happening. It looks like we're in the mountains, and obviously we have a man who appears to be hiking or possibly skiing. We can also use the word mountaineering. Mountaineering is used to describe the act of hiking or traversing on foot or on skis or by climbing through the mountains. And of course, in the distance, there is an avalanche. The avalanche appears to be going down the mountain into the valley, and the man who is dressed in an orange jacket and who's wearing a black or dark blue backpack appears to be panicking. We learned that word earlier, panicking, frantic. He's frantic because he's worried the avalanche is coming his way, and he's worried about being caught up in the avalanche. To be caught up in something means to be involved in something, normally something negative. For example, if you're caught up in an avalanche, it means you're trapped in the avalanche. You could also be caught up in a bad situation. You could be in the wrong place at the wrong time. we would say you're caught up. All right, moving on to the next image. Take a look at this one and pause the video. We are clearly in the woods or in the forest. You can use them interchangeably. We are in the middle of a thunderstorm. In the distance, we can see lightning, we can see rain clouds, and of course, we can see a campfire. There's also a tent, and it appears there are some remnants. Remnants are things that were left behind from a camper. For example, there are some mugs. It appears the fire is still active, and it appears that a light is on in the tent. Since the fire is active and the light is on in the tent, of course it's still raining, so it's probable that the campfire was only recently abandoned. The fire is still active and the rain has not yet put it out. That's a phrasal verb. To put out a fire means to extinguish it, like we saw earlier. You extinguish the fire, you put it out. The rain has not yet extinguished the campfire, so the rain probably started pretty recently. Now the last image on our list, and pause the video here and take a look. A flood. It appears that it was raining heavily, and these cars got caught up, they got trapped, we learned that verb earlier, in the flood. They were in the wrong place at the wrong time. It appears that there are still people in the cars because the headlights are on. You can also see that the trash cans have been knocked over by the flood waters. There's a light on the porch of the house, and it appears that the power line is falling over. You can see sparks at the bottom, and the mast, the power mast, is falling over. It's being knocked over, probably by the wind or even by the flood water. Looks like these cars are trying to escape. They're trying to evacuate, but they probably won't be very successful because it looks like the flood waters are pretty high, and it looks like there is a strong current. This is what we would call a natural disaster. Floods, earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes, tsunamis. These are examples of natural disasters. That takes us to the end of today's video. If you could describe what's going on in these 5 images, your English is great. I hope you found this video useful. Let me know in the comments, did you learn anything new in today's video? Were there any verbs or words that I didn't mention and that you wanted to add? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to English at the Ready here on YouTube. If you liked the video, I post videos every week on how to improve your English and how to speak more fluently. If you'd like to study with me and my team of expert English teachers, we have several online programs available. You can click the link below to learn more and to apply. I'll see you in the next video.